How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Mir. This is NiteMare Bliss. I do unboxings, reviews, makeup, skincare, all kinds of crap. I'm a retired makeup artist, nail tech, esthetician, and hairstylist. And now I live in the middle of nowhere and I have weird friends from Detroit track me down and find me and come visit. This is Jeremy and we are the two people responsible for coming up with the diner questions for No Tag Tuesday today. We were actually at the Triplets Diner in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Stroudsburg. Our little Pennsylvania, Dutch, Germany kind of town in Pennsylvania here. And someone asked me in a couple of the other videos, not me, but commented on other people's videos, is the creator of these questions from New Jersey, because New Jersey diners are such a huge thing there. But they are also a big thing in Pennsylvania, being next door neighbors to Jersey.
They're not a big thing in Michigan. We have Coney Islands, and those are even kind of far and few between.
Yeah,
and
now they are.
Their quality is going downhill.
There's a couple of okay Coney Islands still in Detroit, but yeah, where I'm originally from, Detroit. I moved out here over 12 years ago, 13 years ago in October.
Right.
Can't believe it.
Sure.
And yeah, we never really went to diners in Michigan as much as we did to the Coney. But like, let's go to the Coney.
I mean, they're kind of interchangeable,
they're
as far as purpose.
Yeah.
But they are different.
Yep.
But for the purposes that either or people of different states use them, that's kind of like what we use as a diner, so to speak. But
yeah, there are some diners in. There are a couple little diner type things. There's one by my parents' house that we went to. I would kind of call it a diner, but not really, because it was in a strip mall.
Right.
Like the diners in Michigan are in like strip malls.
And they're still different than the ones out there.
Yeah, and it's not like these at all. So I love the classic diners that are out here where you can get breakfast 24 hours. Well,
if you got
we're saying not 24 hours anymore. There is one. I did just a little slight thing before you go into the questions. When I went to pick up Jeremy, he landed at like 10:20, 10:15 at night. And I was like, oh, it'll be so cool to go to a diner.
Nope.
Nope. It's like post-pandemic, everything closes early. They used to be open 24 hours. Now they're like, yeah, we're just not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And it's really depressing, but I did find one. Anyway, I did locate a diner in Nazareth, Pennsylvania that says it's open 24 hours. The bad thing is, on the reviews online, they have like 2.5, 3 stars.
It said they're poo-poo.
The poo-poo diner. I don't know. I haven't been there. I shouldn't judge without going myself.
Right.
We might have to go there. Maybe we should go there before your flight at 3:30 in the morning.
Maybe the person that went there was like, it was terrible. Their mussels in a jar were awful.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if it was a hipster reviewing it, they don't know what a diner's
They didn't even have mussels in a jar.
They didn't even have mussels. They didn't have a deconstructed burrito. No. Yeah, so if you're familiar with diner food, this is your questions that you're going to love. So we were actually sitting at the Triplets Diner, which is right in downtown Stroudsburg.
Sort of.
They are, they open at 5 a.m. and they're open till 9, and that's it, which is
it's about
9
24
or
hours
11.
in this world.
Yeah, which is 24 hours in this world. 9 or 11. I think 9. Yeah, which is so sad. I wish they were open later, because a lot of times I'm recording and editing at night, and I would love to go get like carry-out diner food.
Greek fries.
Oh, no, the Greek fries and the onion rings. Okay, so number one, we actually sat at the diner and we came up with these. And as soon as we sat down, I said, let's do diner edition, because that's one of our favorite things to do when anyone visits, and my husband and I go to the diner often on the weekends. Number one, do you sit at the breakfast bar, table, or booth?
You go first.
I'll go first. I would say 98% of the time, a booth. I hate sitting at a table. I feel like everyone's watching me. I already look weird. And so they're like, look at the weirdo at that table. I like to hide in a booth. The other thing that I don't mind is the breakfast, the buffet breakfast bar, whatever you call it. They have like that bar with like, and all the donuts are on it and stuff. I kind of love sitting there. And most of the time when we sit there, it's because the diner is so packed that the only seats are at the bar, kind of thing. And hubby and I will go sit there because there's just 2 of us, so it's easy to usually find 2 seats. And it's usually us and like a couple of old guys reading newspapers. But I don't mind sitting at the bar.
I think
you
that,
seem to get really quick service too, because
you
they're like
can,
right
yeah.
there. That's a tip for you. Quick service. If you're at that bar, usually the cashier's there, the hostess is there. Like I find that at the bar, you get like really quick service.
Right.
So if you're hungry, sit at the bar and go, ding, give me a coffee and an omelet.
And then they go, I'm not your server.
Yeah, yeah, and then they send your server over,
Yeah.
and then you gotta wait anyway. But no, I prefer the booth. But
I think you know, if you're with somebody else, it's got to be the booth. I mean, it's only the booth, right?
well, if you want to have a conversation,
Even if you're by yourself, if it's not busy and you can get a booth, get a booth. Bar, I don't know. Definitely not with anybody else. And as a last resort, if you're if you're alone, you know, I mean, I guess it's okay if you're alone, but I don't know. And then like high top table or any kind of table in the middle, if you prefer that, if you get it, you get it. I guess if you prefer it, you're and there's a hot take, you're legitimately a serial killer.
no, you're not.
And but here's the problem with the bar now is, and this I didn't see this too much like at Triplets Diner, but in a lot of the Coney Islands, which are the diners of Michigan, if you go up to the bar, they got all their purses and their personal drinks and everything.
They
Up
don't
the bar
have any,
has
none of that.
The
is
bar
in
has like
Pennsylvania.
just become where the staff hang out. So
Nope.
like if you sit there,
Not
you're
at all
like
in Pennsylvania.
inconveniencing them.
No, actually, in Triplets, where the kitchen doors are, there's a booth in the corner on the far back left corner. That's where the wait staff sits and has their lunches. There's two back booths. I think they don't put anyone.
You
in.
just wait,
And-
because purses and personal drinks are
not
coming
there.
to a bar
Nope.
near you.
Yep, nope. I disagree. I've never once seen that in all
Well,
my years
it
in
exists.
Pennsylvania. Well, it doesn't here. Number 2, best time of day to go to a diner. Jones Pointed Plate, they said anytime is a good time to go to a diner. I kind of agree. My favorite time to go is around 1 in the afternoon, though.
Yeah.
Because the breakfast crowd is gone. It's pre-dinner crowd, like between
Right.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
Nobody's there, and you can still order breakfast.
Right.
And you can get breakfast for dinner at like 3, 4 o'clock. So I like to go when it's not super crowded and it's kind of quiet.
Right.
So, you know, like sometimes first thing in the morning, the din of all the plates and the people and the noise is like overwhelming, especially if you have a headache in the morning. You're like,
Yeah.
I just want my coffee and food. And you're cranky in the morning, like me and my hubby sometimes. We want food and coffee. And plus, I don't eat very early in the morning. Like, I kind of do that fasting thing, not on purpose, but in general, I don't like to eat until after like noon or 1 o'clock. I don't like to eat first thing in the morning. So I have a protein shake. That's about it. And then, so by the time when I'm really hungry and ready to go is like 1 in the afternoon or so. Go. What do you think?
Best time, I agree. After breakfast, before lunch is always like, especially on the weekends. That's usually when I'll end up kind of going to diner. I don't really use diners for weekday eating too much, except for in the evening, and I'll get to that in a second. But I would never go to a diner for lunch during work or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just not on my radar as far as like lunch during work type of food.
Yeah.
But in the evening, when they used to be open late, there was a lot of times where that was kind of, you know, if you'd missed dinner or whatever, and it'd be kind of late, and you felt like eating, you know, something restaurant-y, going to the diner was a good thing. That doesn't exist anymore in Michigan. It's so funny. It's like, I think I remember back, like, I have like a distinct memory of back, like around 2019. You know, during the summer, going to this diner by my house that was just like straight up open. It was at Coney Island, just open 24 hours. You know, I mean, you could go there anytime. And I even remember thinking, like, then, like, you know, God, I really wonder what this place is like at 4 a.m. You know, they'd be there at 11.
Our favorite place to go when I was younger in Michigan that was open 24 hours all the time was Ram's Horn. Ram's Horn was the shit.
Yeah.
Ram's Horn, it's like that's a memory that's one thing that I really miss is Ram's Horn at like 3 a.m.
For
Mostly drunk people.
it's for delinquents.
Yeah. We would all go after the bar and, you know, you'd be like totally drunk and go and get like a plate of chili cheese fries or something. Like that was usually the traditional after the bar food was like chili.
That's probably why
cheeseburger or
diner
something.
owners don't miss being open.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the drunks are here. Anyway, okay, number 3, easy, coffee or other beverage to drink. I think it depends on the time of day.
Coffee or water for me.
I always get unsweetened iced tea or a soda.
I always worry
get like a
about
Pepsi or
how long their iced tea has been sitting around.
Well, it depends on the diner. Triplets always has really good unsweetened iced tea. But yeah, sometimes you get that unsweetened iced tea that tastes like it's like the water's stale.
Yeah.
It's bad. I think, Triplets has really good unsweetened iced tea, so I always get that there. And also I'm trying to cut down on my sugar. The reason I never get coffee at a diner is because I get like coffee tummy in the mornings a lot, where I can't drink coffee before I eat sometimes, or else I just feel like really bleh.
This is going to sound like super, I don't know how this is going to sound, but we all know how this is going to sound, but I'm going to say it anyways. I feel like there's so much. I feel like the world of coffee, the coffee game has been like so
oversaturated.
Well, I just feel like our choices for coffee have become so abundant, right? And we have so many, like, there's so many great coffees out there. And by great, I guess I mean just like really sort of like rich, strong, flavorful, blah, blah, blah coffee.
He got a lavender latte.
That I feel like whenever I get diner coffee now, which used to be in the 60s, 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s was the standard, good cup of diner coffee. That's the best. That's how you know it's good. I feel like when I drink that, it tastes like water now.
Yeah,
it does.
Like just put it. That's another reason I never get.
It's like Granny's kitchen coffee.
I should mention that. Yeah, we went to this little kind of really cute little bougie, not chain coffee bar, because I like to support the non-chain, family-owned little independent business owner coffee bars in my town. And there's Cafe Duet, and then the one we went to yesterday. The name slips my mind. But the one that's not Cafe Duet that we went to, I like going there because they have really unique coffees. Yesterday I got a raspberry white mocha latte. Jeremy got a lavender latte. When you've been drinking coffee for as long as we have, and you've tried it all, like you said,
you gotta branch out.
Yeah, you branch out and start trying things like lavender lattes and white mocha, chocolate mochas.
Before anybody accuses me
but just wait. I'm going to agree with. I'm agreeing with you. You get to a point where you know what you like, and if I'm going to drink a plain coffee, I know what I like. I like how I make it at home. I don't drink. I only drink non-dairy creamers, which they don't have at diners. They don't have like, hey, do you have flavored oat milk? No, they don't have flavored freaking oat milk. They don't have my coffee cake oat milk there, or my silk, sweet cream, and that's what I like in my coffee. So unless I take a jar of it and take it with me, I can't have that. So I can't have any cream in it. I can't drink black coffee because it shreds my stomach, which is why I never get diner coffee, because all I have is like Coffee Mate or whatever. And I'm like, ugh. And as Jeremy said, the quality of the coffee can even change throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
In the morning, it's like,
is
it too strong? Is it too weak? Does it just taste like water? Does it taste burnt if it's been sitting there and you got the bottom of it? So it's too much of a crapshoot with me with diner coffee.
Right, and I get it too, because I think that maybe a lot of times in diners, if they're making this like sludge coffee or whatever, like the way that I like it, probably more often than not, the people that are going there are going to say your coffee's too strong. You know? I like a nice mild cup.
Yeah, we like a blonde roast, and Jeremy and I are like super dark.
But like that being said,
cream.
and before anybody thinks that I'm being like hyperbolic about this,
or coffee snobs.
Like, I'm drinking. One of my favorite coffees is Costco's dark roast that for their K-cup pods, and I mean this is like 30 cents a pod. It is by no means fancy, and that's like to me like that is like that's right where that's a good cup of coffee. That's right strength-wise where I like coffee to be.
Which you're not going to get in a diner.
You don't get it in a diner. They're like I said, I am pretty sure that they probably make it about as week as possible because
they
that's
make
what
it,
people
like,
are less likely to.
approachable
Yeah, that's what people are less.
And a
likely
lot of
to
the
do.
seniors who go there for the 65
Right.
and over, they don't want a dark, super dark roast
That was
coffee.
a long way to say I don't
Yeah.
generally
Let's get
drink
back to the diner
coffee
thing.
at
Okay,
a diner.
focus. Number 4, do you try specials or stick to regular menu items? I always stick to regular menu items, but I am I find things I like and I stick with them, and that's the best way I find to go.
I think sticking with the specials is sometimes a good idea. There's two thoughts about like when something's on special. Are they trying to get rid of something that they have a lot of? Or the more optimistic way is if you get something that's on special, they optimistically ordered it to
It's
have
fresh.
for a special.
Yeah. And it's not something that's just been
So it depends on what
sitting-
you think about that.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny that at diners, not all of them, but a lot of diners you'll see, and Triplets is one of these that has like a 6-page menu, you know, and they've
They
got
have a spiral bound menu.
yeah,
that-
and
oh my
they've
God,
got
it's like a
and they've got like
encyclopedia.
Italian, they've got from the
sea,
from the
they got-
roaster,
yeah, the
this
burgers.
that
Oh my God,
pancakes,
huge.
everything.
The last 2 pages are all breakfast.
Yeah. So you're like, like how fresh could your, haddock dinner be when it's like one of literally a dozen fish dishes that you have on top of your entire Italian section, your entire Greek section, So it's like
So I stick to the basics.
Yeah, stick to the basics.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with eggs and bacon.
5, hash browns or home fries. If you're having breakfast for dinner or whatever, it depends on the place, but at my regular place at Triplets, I love their freaking home fries. They are super crunchy, they're super crispy, and they're really good. So I usually like any kind of home fries or breakfast potatoes.
I would
the
invest.
only
Oh,
well, I was gonna say the only way I like hash browns, I have to request that they're extra crunchy. That because there's nothing worse than mushy, greasy hash
Right.
browns that don't have any crispy. I like that crispy layer on them, which is why I usually never get them. Or if I order hash browns, I have to specify that I want them like cooked well done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I basically, if they're too mushy, I'll eat all the crusty ones and just not eat the mush.
Right.
I don't want potato mush. I
Right.
want like crispy. Okay. An opinion. I'll be right back.
Well, in Detroit, you got the option of getting grits at a lot of places too, which I did for a while, but then I kind of ran out of. I don't know. They kind of just like sort of got a little. They they overstayed their welcome. Yeah, and they're just kind of plain and stuff like that. Hash browns or home fries are good, but you have to investigate what any given place that you're at, what their definition of home fry is.
Yes. Yeah, it's Perkins Home Fries, which is like, restaurant chain. Perkins Home Fries are these little cubes of potatoes, but I love the seasoning on them.
Right.
Now, home fries at Triplets, they're almost like a scalloped potato.
Scalloped potato.
So
And then
they both say home fries. They're totally
And then you
different.
got
I like
sometimes
both
they
of them.
come as wedgie ones.
Yeah, the wedges.
Sometimes they have
they have potato, onions and peppers.
yeah,
in
they
them.
have
Sometimes
a really
they don't.
sometimes the onion peppers are good. Sometimes it's a really friggin' mushy.
It's like the old peppers that they
just mashed.
Yeah.
Compote of peppers and brown onions.
I don't even know how to. Why did I ask number 6?
So you have to investigate if you know what their home fries are and you like them, then that's one thing. But personally, if I'm in a place I don't know, you usually can't go wrong with hash browns because they're usually the same thing, And they can't be too underdone, but that's easy enough to just say.
Request that your potatoes are like medium to well done, not burnt. And if you feel like you're being picky, don't just do it because there's nothing worse than mushy hash browns. Number 6, this is hard because it changes. Absolute favorite diner food. I'm gonna go with they have a French fry menu at Triplets that's so cool because they have Greek fries and they're basically a big plate of French fries and they have feta cheese crumbled on it, and it's not icky feta cheese, it's really super fresh, yummy feta cheese, and they're drizzled with olive oil and oregano, and they are it sounds weird, but they're so good. And that's been my favorite. My other favorite there is because it's a diner that's a Greek family that owns it and runs it. They have a Greek section and they have a falafel sandwich and a falafel platter. have ordered that more often than anything else there, but now I'm kind of hooked on their onion rings. But I would say my favorite diner food is, you really can't go wrong with some kind of like chili fries, chili cheese fries, or some kind of fry thing. Because usually the fries are pretty good at diners. But that's me talking as a person who doesn't eat meat, so don't ask me to, and the chili cheese fries, they'll have meat in them, so usually I'll get chili cheese fries, and Pinky eats all the chili and the meaty parts, and I just pull the fries out, because they have some of the sauce on them, but...
I would say, chili cheese fries as like a all around ubiquitous type of thing. But my favorite diner food is breakfast food. Yeah. And no matter what diner you're in, they always usually have their like big breakfast or their Hungry Man sunrise or whatever. And it's usually 3 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of sausage, 2 pieces or a piece of ham, and toast and hash browns.
I'm just laughing because out of that I would eat the toast and the hash browns because I don't eat it.
Would.
I know. I'm just saying, but that if people are wondering why I'm not saying breakfast, it's because I don't eat eggs and I don't eat breakfast meat.
Well, I do.
Like it. So
you answered your question.
I know. I'm just saying, but most people would expect the answer to be a breakfast food,
right?
And I said French fries, right. So I'm just kind of explaining that.
So the breakfast is always good, and that's always bigger than like something I would cook at home. I'm usually not going to like cook myself 2 pieces of sausage and 2 pieces of bacon and a piece of ham. And so that's always something good to get. And then another kind of like hack, and this actually kind of circles back to the hash browns, is a lot of times I'll request to have French fries instead of hash browns, and most places will oblige to let you do that. So that's always good too. That's a good way to get your extra French fry quotient in for the week. And a good way to avoid hash browns or home fries in general. One place even asked me, I asked if I could get fries, and they said, do you want sweet potato fries or regular fries?
Wow.
Can you imagine sweet potato fries for breakfast?
Nice. Those are sweet potatoes.
So that's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, breakfast. And of course, chili cheese fries.
Do you have a regular or favorite diner you always go to? There's 2 of them here that I love. I love the Snydersville Diner. That was my tried and true go-to in Snydersville, Pennsylvania. And it's Snydersville Diner is exactly what it sounds like. Billy's Pocono Diner is also good, but it's a little far. And it depends on a regular or favorite diner. Now we're going to Triplets because it's like the closest. Before that, it was Snydersville before we discovered Triplets. And third place is Billy's Pocono because it's a little farther, and I usually only go there when the guys are out here and we're out in that area.
Billy's Pocono Diner, to me, seems more homemade and everything.
It's been there forever. See, and Snydersville is like that for me, too. I love the Snydersville Diner. At all of these diners, the people are so nice, too.
And did you notice
all of them.
at Triplets Diner, when I got that sandwich last time we were there, and it said it came with a vegetable, and I was like, what kind of vegetable do you have? And she's like, and I never got a vegetable. I don't even think they have vegetables there. I've never seen a vegetable there. I've never seen anybody with a dish of vegetables there. But Billy's Pocono Diner, you get you order broccoli, you get a big old steaming piece of broccoli. Yeah. You order peas, you get a big old bowl of peas.
One of our videos that we did last year, it's in Billy's Pocono Diner.
Billy's Pocono Diner.
It was at the end of the day.
With a big piece of...
And Jeremy had Jeremy gets big plates like meatloaf, potatoes, and broccoli.
And there was a big piece of broccoli there.
And there is, if I can find it, I'll put a card up here somewhere.
Triplets, you say vegetable, they'll be like, let me check with that's. And then you'll never hear the word again.
I don't know. I think they have vegetables, but I think I think everybody goes there for like the breakfast and things. So you're not really getting broccoli and peas. Anyway, Jeremy has to hate on everything that I like. Number 8, favorite person, friend, or family to go to diner with. Him or my hubby. Obviously, he only visits like once or twice a year, so we get our diner quotient in. Because, when he comes to visit, I'm like, we're going to the diner almost every day. Because then I can't go to the diner except for on a Saturday or a Sunday with hubby. So, yeah. But I would say, like, favorite person to go to diner with is a friend, I mean, it's cool going with... with your significant other. But it's like, we're going out to the diner. That's nice. And then what we do is we go to the diner and then we go and run errands. Like we go to Home Depot or we go to Target or. So it's like I don't want to say I don't want to say it's not special, but it's part of like our running the errands. Let's go hit the diner and then we'll go shopping and do whatever. And where like when you go with a friend, you're not going to. I know Eliza's being a kook over there. I keep looking. We're looking that way because Eliza's rolling around on my Italian Greyhound. She's rolling around on the couch being goofy and a weirdo. So, when you go with your significant other, it doesn't, I don't know, it's kind of like it's just, the way to start the day of errands for us. But when I go with a friend, it's more like, oh, what are we going to try? What are we, and it's more like a thing. And no offense to my husband, I love going to the diner with you, but he's going to watch to be like, oh, thanks. Number 9, pie for dessert. What kind? And with coffee or other no dessert? Well, there's a really great waitress I forgot her name, but she is at Triplets. And she said, have you ever tried the cannoli cheesecake? And I went, the what? Holy crap, I love everything about that. And they actually have a cannoli cheesecake there. So she was not lying. It is like one of the best things ever. I don't usually get pie though. And it depends. The dessert is, I don't get it with coffee because like I said, the last thing I want after I ate a big meal is another cup of coffee. But I know a lot of people have like that, like pie and coffee for dessert. I'm either some kind of like cakey kind of thing. I'll get a piece of carrot cake or I'll get a piece of that like cannoli cheesecake or some kind of thing like that. If I haven't eaten too much. Usually I eat too much and I get no dessert. Or I take one home.
In my opinion, in my experience, a lot of diners, if a diner has very special desserts, and Triplets does, they've got what you would imagine in a diner. They've got like a fridge with kind of a spinny.
They got the big fridge. Yeah.
And they got what looks like pretty special desserts. I haven't tried them because I haven't been hungry enough, or haven't had an appetite. I haven't had enough room to try them. But they got like what looks like a Boston cream.
Oh, it's that Boston cream torte thing.
Yeah, Boston cream torte. Yeah, it's all full of custard, and it's got
got a ganache like a poured black
brown ganache over top. It looks pretty good. Their cheesecake and stuff looks pretty good. That being said, a lot of diners like really phone it in as far as dessert goes.
Right.
They'll have
some
a piece of pie, and it's covered up with saran wrap, and
Triplets has really special.
And you're like,
desserts.
I'm not gonna fall for this. Like that's not gonna be satisfying.
Yeah.
And it's still like $4.55 or $4 and. Yeah. And I'm not going to fall for that. That's just regular. That's Gordon Food Service pie. I know it.
The Triplets actually has like I think a local bakery or something where they have somebody they get all their desserts from. They have a pie stress. They have a pie.
A local pie stress.
What's it called?
Pie Maiden's Tale.
A pastry chef. They don't have a pastry chef there, but you can tell, like, I think they said, like, they get them from somewhere. But they have different flavors. A pastrophile. What was that other, the carrot cake cheesecake was, like, one of the best things I've ever had, because it was 2 in 1. And the crust of it, instead of it being graham cracker crust, the crust was a very thin slice of carrot cake. And then it had the cheesecake on it, and then it had, like, a topping kind of thing that was, like, the cream cheese frosting.
You know what I'm going to invent?
That was like the greatest thing
I'm going to invent flaming carrot cake. Like you take a piece of carrot cake and then maybe put on.
What does this have to do with a diner?
Well, because we're talking about carrot cake hybrids.
Okay. Yeah.
Put on some high proof liqueur, like orange liqueur on the top, or some almond liqueur, and just go whoosh. And let it burn off.
And this last question, the last question was Jeremy's liver and onions? Question marks.
Do you?
I hate liver and onions.
Yeah, I have liver and onions either.
I have a bad, like a lifetime of hating liver and onions because my mom used to make my dad liver and onions for dinner. Like every week or two, every other week I would say maybe. And the whole house. What is it about that? Like the whole house would smell like liver and onions. And I would literally not come in the house. I'd be like, Mom, I can't be in the house. And it started when I was like a toddler and I couldn't escape it. And then as soon as I was old enough, as soon as she would start frying it, I'd be out of the house. And I was like, get rid of that smell. I can't come in the house. So I have like bad memories of it. And to this day, it just triggers like my childhood of running away from that smell. And not only that, now I don't eat meat. So
outside of survival situations,
worse.
I don't think eating liver. I don't think I can't see a reason.
You're not one of those keto bros that does the liver diet. Now?
There's better ways of getting your vitamins and all your
take an iron
all your essential irons than liver. I mean that might be the best meat way. I don't know, but anyways, I'm not eating it. It's disgusting.
If you eat liver and onions in the comments,
I think that there's probably a lot of.
I'm really curious. Like, what do you like about it?
There's
like,
probably a lot of
do you
drawbacks.
I just don't
I
understand
think to
why
eating
people think
organ
it's good.
meat. You know, I mean, like there's so many organs that
We don't know, that cow could be a drunk, that cow could be a drunk and you're eating a bad cirrhosis liver. I don't know.
He eats before bed.
Even when I did eat meat, I couldn't stand any of the organ meats. It just is like that's a hard pass for me, even when I was eating back in the day.
But I will say this though, if the place has liver and onions, that's 100% an indicator that you're dealing with a real diner. A real diner.
And in fact, we just
chopped hamburger steak, like chopped burger steak.
He got a patty melt the other day there.
That was good.
That was a good patty melt. That was a correctly prepared patty melt. So thanks for watching. If you came from one of the other channels, hi, I'm the one who came up with the questions this time. We're always trying to come up with new ones, and I'm like, it seems like all the questions have been asked, but I know they haven't. And like I said, we just happen to be at a diner, and that's a thing here. So I'm really curious. I'm going to go try and watch some other people's videos, because I already was watching Joan's Point of Plate, and I know Roy put his video up. So there will be a list below of people in No Tag Tuesday. It just depends on who's doing what. We are doing it every other week now through the summer. I think in September we're going to go back to weekly, but I'm not sure. And I will continue to pitch in questions here and there because it's kind of fun. It is, and it's tricky. I like the challenge of trying to come up with questions that nobody's asked yet. And I told Jeremy, I said, I need help coming up with questions for this. I told him last week. And we're at the diner and go, oh my God, let's do the diner edition. So that's how we came up with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I do a lot of giveaways. I do a lot of fun stuff here. We have a lot of candle reviews coming up. So, and speaking of chips, he's eating kettle chips, cheddar horseradish kettle chips. Woo! And we have a weird potato chip review coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Roy needs to watch that one. Roy might be fascinated because Roy does a cooking channel kind of thing. He may be fascinated with our potato chip review.
He will not be.
He will not be. It was not good. Roy, you could make homemade potato chips better than any of these, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next No Tag Tuesday, or hopefully sooner. Thanks for coming by and listening to us yammer on about diners. Bye for now.